Hey, what's up guys? My name's Tarun Shetty and welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. This is my bedroom. Look, I made my own coffee today. It's pretty genius. I mean, I can't believe I even did this myself, but I'm really trying not to go outside. Mayor Garcetti in LA, they said that we have to wear a mask outside when we go. And I'm like, there's something definitely going on that they're not telling us. I think it's just like stronger than it is, or I don't know what's going on, but it sucks because it's like Gotham City in Los Angeles. Like, and I have to go running outside with a bandana on, which sucks. But hey, this video is not about that. I'm just telling you what it's like living here. And, it is what it is. But I'm paying really close attention to the people that check up on me just on a weekly basis, whatever. Like, I lived a life of solitude before this. I mean, but this is now times 100. Like, the only people I truly talk to is like my mom on FaceTime. Then I got a few comedy friends that call or text me a few times a week. Like, my own brother lives in my building. Like, I haven't talked to him in like 3 weeks. That's what it is. But I think your friends, I want to get into the friendship thing because I think like who you surround yourself with is extremely important. And I've always heard that in my life. And I'll tell you what it is in the comedy world. Because I see a lot of comics, like I know some comics who have made it, and like whenever they get to the next level, they just leave all their friends behind and they level up with new friendships, like guys who are like on equal footing, like guys on TV shows and movies and stuff. Like there was this girl who, I don't want to say her name, she's like a big comedian, and I remember driving, I knew her pretty well, and I remember driving to college with her, and first name basis, and then as soon as she like blew up, like she just totally I see her at comedy clubs, she just like walks right by me. And it's, I think that kind of reveals, it's revelatory of who your character is. But that's comedy. Comics are just on different wavelengths. And I have a lot of good friends too. And I say this genuinely, like I am not an easy person to be friends with. I don't like hanging out. I don't like wasting time. I don't like doing normal activities that people like getting drunk or whatever. And, I just have this very focused thing, which can be a hindrance sometimes. I mean, I'm just calling it for what it is. So I know that the friends that call me and check up on me, like they're good, loyal friends, and I'm really appreciative of them. And it's only like, seriously, like I can count them on my hand. Like it's like under 5, probably. But those guys are, I've known for like 20 years and they just keep coming back. And I remember when I worked at this very big talent agency, I'll tell you, it was at UTA, it was United Talent Agency. By the way, I made this video about UTA. It has like my most hits. It's crazy because it's a whole other story, but I worked at UTA and like everyone wanted to be my friend in the business because, it's a great agency and people wanted like an in with, they know your network's really strong and they want an in. So I had like seriously like 100 friends, like at least 100 acquaintances, where like I'd get messages every single day. Hey, let's hang out, let's get a coffee. Let's go see a movie, and I came from a world of stand-up before, right? I was a stand-up comedian and my friends are just comics. And then I'm in this other world and all of a sudden I have like 1,000 friends. And I'm like, this isn't, and I didn't even like hanging out with them, but I was just like, I felt like, for me, I'm always like giving. And I felt like I had to, cultivate relationships and, I had this network of people. Anyways, long story longer, I quit that job. And I went through some other jobs and I got laid off, and it kind of, people caught wind of what happened to me, that I was kind of out of the business. My friendships just dropped, seriously. Like they just fell out. Nobody called me back. Nobody checked up on me. I was like, what the hell just happened here? And then I realized, my God, these are people who weren't really friends. They were just acquaintances who were trying to get to the next rung. And that's what Hollywood is. I mean, essentially. I don't know how it is in other parts of the U.S. or world, wherever you're living, but my God, that was like an eye opener. So like now, like when I have friends, in fact, this guy just reached out to me, and he was like, he was a guy who just burned bridges with me like 1,000 times, and he reached out again, and I was like, dude, I'm okay. I wish you the best, because I was like, I don't need that in my life. In fact, when all that stuff went down years ago, I told myself, you know what? Instead of reaching out to these people, let me just see who reaches out to me. And so I didn't call anybody. I didn't call anybody for like 6 months to a year, and I just wanted to see who reached out to me. Of course, it was like the same, 5 people that I've known all my life. Like they're the ones that checked up on me. Everybody else did not give a shit. And it was kind of brutal, because some of these people, I was like, man, these are like great friends of mine. Not just business people, like actors, comedians. These are like artists too. I'm not just pigeonholing any one type of person. And it was kind of heartbreaking. And after that, I just started deleting numbers. I was like, delete, 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 delete. And another one of my friends was like, dude, maybe they have families and kids, and they just don't have the time to reach out like the way that you expect them to. Because for me, it's easy because I don't have any life responsibilities the way they do. But I just feel like if you want to reach out to someone, like it does not take more than 5 minutes to reach out on a Sunday or whatever, and just say, hey, what's up? Just want to check up on you. Maybe that's just me, because I do that myself. I'll reach out to people all the time and just check up if they're in my network, if there's someone that I care about. And, it was a brutal thing to go through, but I think it was really valuable. And now I'm not wasting time. I'm not wasting like time hanging out, seeing movies that I don't want to see with people that don't even want to be with me, So it's like, it works. A lot of people say who you date is your best friend in life. I've heard that before. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I've never had that in my life, but I've seen it with other people. There was a director, whoever made Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the Asian guy, I forget his name, Asian director. I heard that his wife, like he was about to quit filmmaking, and he was going to get a job, and his wife was like, you have to keep going. You have to keep, pursuing, your dream. And, I remember hearing that story, and I was like, dude, I wish I had that person in my life. Jesus, I kicked the shit out of myself so many times. It'd be great to have someone there. But then I also think sometimes you have to be self-sufficient. Sometimes you need to just be your own inner compass and your own voice and just keep pushing through. So I'm just telling you again what works for me. And a lot of my friends who were my best friends, they're not famous. They're not like millionaires. But all of them have this authenticness to them where they've done what they wanted to do. And I get inspired. Even though it's not like correlates with what I'm doing, I get inspired by their pursuit. Because look, a lot of them are struggling as well. They're older, and like they're kind of just in the game. They're all in the game. They're all like very established comedians and artists. But it inspires me just as a person, like, all right, you know what? My friends are moving forward. Like, they're facing adversity. I can do this too. So I feel like there's different friendships and different ways to value people, but finding those genuine good people, that's really difficult. So when you do find them and they prove their worth and they're with you through the bad times, man, that's huge. It really is huge. And, I hope you have that person in your life. So with that said, I'm going to go back to my other best friend, that's coffee. I'm just going to drink this shit and start writing. Have a great week, everyone. See you soon. Bye.